And Vince DeLisio.
Love it. It's a Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Good morning, Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to another edition of the JV Sports Show. We are coming to you live here from Glendale, Arizona, right outside State Farm Stadium, site of the 2019 college football semifinal tonight between Ohio State and Clemson. Vince, it's going to be a great show today.
Yeah, but bigger than that game is the fact that this is our 50th show. We made it to 50, James.
50 shows,
yes,
Vince.
congratulations.
How about that? Yes.
And joining us on the line is an old friend of ours who hasn't quite been on he's been on our podcast before we went hit the radio waves, but Carefree Mayor Les Peterson. Mayor Peterson.
How are you, Vincent James?
Good, sir. Good morning. So, see, I wanted people to know that you actually are a nice guy, that you're not ditching us, that you don't have more important things to do on a Saturday morning, and that you would call us.
Not.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling us, sir. How are you?
Congratulations on your 50th broadcast.
Oh.
This is an incredible feat for both of you.
Well, thank you so much,
provide
Mayor.
A very interesting and needed service in the entire area.
That is,
thank you.
Oh my gosh, needed. See, we are needed.
We're
James.
needed, Vince.
We're
it's
not
nice to
just,
be needed and wanted, isn't
well,
it?
thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. Real quickly, sir, tell us what's going on in Carefree right now, or just in general.
The entire Carefree gardens are lit up with the holiday lights. We still have a few evenings left of the Hanukkah celebration, which occurs annually.
Okay.
I'd like to encourage people to come to that. And in the spring, we'll have an entire array of sights and sounds in the gardens with artists and musicians, and various crafts which will be performing. So come on out to Carefree.
All right. Well, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate the phone call, and I'll see you at the next council meeting.
See you then.
Merry Christmas, Mayor Peterson. We appreciate you giving us a call, and have a great rest of your holiday season.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Okay. Carefree Mayor Les Peterson. And this is like the battle of the mayors today. We're joined by mayors, a plethora of mayors. This morning, we are joined by Glendale Mayor Jerry Wires, Mr. Wires, and he's here in person. He's the one that actually and his staffer Kirsten Morgan let us in the door, but he's the one that makes sure that we don't steal anything. So, Mr. Wires, good morning. Thank you for allowing us into this building.
Well, thanks for letting me be here, and you notice that we got you outside the building, not inside the building.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
That's for security reasons.
And it's
okay.
cold. It is cold out here. We're in Glendale, we're the Valley of the Sun, but it is freezing out here. What is going on?
It's a little chilly, yeah.
You couldn't dial us up some good weather here this morning?
Well, actually, most people don't know this, but your mayor in Carefree would understand this. We're allowed to order 7 days of weather per year as mayor.
Oh, okay.
And so I ordered football weather today.
Perfect. And you did good. I see it's clearing off. It's a beautiful view behind us. The sun's coming up
Make
to the
people
east.
playing today feel like you're at home.
That's right. Exactly right. It's definitely been unseasonable weather over the last couple of days. These college football teams in town here, not knowing quite what to think, but I tell you, they'll get a true taste of it today. It's going to be beautiful outside.
Well, this gives us a chance to make sure we don't have a lot more people moving here, right?
Yeah.
We want to try to keep that down a little bit. Right? We don't want to give our secret away too much, right?
Yeah, they'll hang around here today, and they're going to fall in love with it, and they'll be moving here. You watch.
Oh, yeah.
So speaking of falling in love, the city has embraced this game, the Fiesta Bowl, which has been played here, since the stadium opened, maybe, 10, 12 years ago, somewhere in that range?
Since the stadium opened, but they also played, a couple decades before that over in Tempe.
Yes.
And so we're privileged and honored to have it here, along with this will be our Super Bowl coming up in just about 3 years from now.
Wow.
And then, of course, the Final Four. And, there's a lot of things happening here. Last Super Bowl on national television, they called us the sports mecca.
Glendale, Arizona.
Glendale, Arizona, the sports mecca.
How about
It's
that?
Like, well, you know what? It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, you're drawing the biggest events in town, the college football semifinal. We've had the national championship game here before. You mentioned the Super Bowl, the Final Four. I don't want to say why Glendale, but how Glendale? How do you guys manage to keep pulling in such main events?
Well,
like
you know,
these?
it's not, and we'll get that in a second, but we also have the White Sox training. We also have the Dodgers training. We also have the Coyotes playing right here in our own arena in the same area in Westgate. As far as why, well, why not?
Exactly.
You know, we offer everything visitors are looking for. People from back east, up north, they're looking for a place to come out where it's warmer. This morning's a little bit chilly, but, you know, it's going to get really nice this afternoon. At the same time, the amenities that we have here, the things for people to do, and the prices, you know, what a great combination. And we have an entire valley of people that really want to make sure they have a great experience, and they work really hard to make sure that our visitors do.
Well, and it's such an easy city to get into and out of. And Mr. Mayor, you can appreciate this. I grew up in Phoenix, and when I was a kid, and we're talking how many years ago, my family and I, on the 4th of July, we'd pack into our VW bus, and we'd drive out past where Luke Air Force Base is. There were a bunch of grape fields out there, vineyards, and we'd pick grapes, and that was Glendale to us. We would drive past the train tracks. We're in Glendale, all these fields. We'd pick a bunch of grapes. We'd take them home. We'd eat them, and that was our 4th of July. And now it's all this. There's houses. There's industry. There's sports mecca. I mean, it is just amazing what's going on. And today, there's two cities, James. You said this before we went on the air. There's two cities that are the center of attention here in the college football world, and those two cities are Atlanta and Glendale.
That's right.
It amazes me. It amazes me and to be able to get to this point and to where the city is going. Now, question I have for you, sir, is you served on the state legislature 4 terms. Why Glendale?
Why Glendale as a representative?
Yeah.
I lived in Phoenix. Family moved here in '66 as a kid, and basically grew up here. But, you know, I chose Glendale because I'm a pilot, so we have our own airport, very close to the airport. The place I purchased my home has got some acreage to it, small acreage, but it's still within the freeway. It's still within downtown, easy access. But it's a small town feeling, but we're a large city. We're 250,000 people that literally offers everything. There's nothing that you could want other than salt water. I guess you could get that if you wanted it, but, you know, we don't have an ocean, but we got pretty much everything else. And right now, all eyes are on Glendale as far as new businesses coming here. A lot of announcements that have just recently been announced. Red Bull is moving their factory here.
Oh, wow.
Which brought with Roush, with Red Bull, and then on top of that, Ball Canning. And so, you know, we have some other things in the works that I can't talk about right now just because of disclosure. But, you know, people in the West Valley traditionally travel to the East Valley to work, and people that make good wages. And so this whole West Valley, Glendale being sort of the big dog, we've decided if we can work real hard to bring industry into our city where our people that live here don't have to travel an hour and a half to go to work and an hour and a half to come home. They can drive 10, 15 minutes to go to work. Their quality of life gets better, and they get to live in a great place.
Well, it's an amazing city out here, and we were talking a little bit off air before we started the show this morning, and we mentioned about the practices for the Fiesta Bowl game being out in the East Valley and up in Scottsdale and so forth, and you mentioned, hey, why not have all that out here a little more centrally located where the teams can be a little more closer to the game site, and we got plenty of facilities for media and so forth like that. Talk a little bit about that and how great that would be.
Well, we have lots and lots of things going on. I believe it's hard to keep up because there's so many things happening. I believe we have 5 hotels being built right now as we're sitting here talking.
Wow.
And everybody's gearing up for the upcoming Super Bowl in about 3 years. But, you know, why not? We offer everything that everybody else does, typically easy access, great people, and typically lower costs.
Now, you mentioned yesterday, Mayor, that you got to go out and visit with the teams a little bit, present some stuff to them. Talk a little bit about what happened yesterday, how you were involved in that.
You know, it's a tradition each year. They ask me to go out and meet with the new coaches that are coming in that are playing the Fiesta Bowl. We typically take them a gift basket that's got Shredder's chocolates in it. And, you know, about 3 or 4 years ago.
We didn't get our gift basket, by the way. Are we going to be getting something here before we leave?
Well, I was going to say about 3 or 4 years ago, they had a couple baskets, and I go out out to the car, and these baskets are look like small Easter egg. I mean, they're small Easter baskets,
Sure.
really small ones. And so I took them in, and somebody else offered baskets to the coaches that were very, very large.
Okay.
And I went, no, we're never going to do that again. So the ones that we took yesterday had things from the Dodgers, had things from the White Sox, things from the Coyotes, things from the Arizona Cardinals, but we also had Shredder's chocolates. Basically, all the things that are Glendale, that make
Sure.
Glendale wonderful in the things that we offer, especially the sports mecca.
Give us the actual geographic boundaries of the city of Glendale. Where does it start? Where does it end? North, south, east, west?
Well, I guess we should start off with this. Right where you're sitting right here, we are the center of the universe right here.
Ah, okay.
Most people don't know that.
All right.
But
The JV Sports Show you're talking about.
JV
Oh,
Sports.
you mean Glendale. I'm
Glendale.
sorry, Mayor. I got confused for
physically
a
this
second.
location, the GPS coordinates right here.
All
But no, we go as far north as Pinnacle Peak Road.
Okay.
And so we come down to Camelback Road, and then we go from 43rd Avenue all the way out to almost White Tank Mountains.
Oh.
So we have line annexation, but we're not fully annexed in. We have about 64 square miles that we currently have annexed. We have almost double that we could annex. Now, we have Luke Air Force Base is actually in our city,
Okay.
which most people don't realize. It's the 6th largest Air Force in the world. Just
Wow.
Luke Air Force Base.
The F-35.
I always say this is one of the safest places in the world to
Yes,
live,
it
too,
is.
Vince, with Luke right in our backyard.
When they're fully vetted, they'll have 144 F-35s. Right now they have about 100 F-35s and still a couple squadrons of F-16s. But they train the world's finest, best pilots. At the same time, we don't want our pilots ever to go into a fair fight. We want them to have every advantage and our opponents to have no advantage at all.
Exactly.
That's what we want, and that's what they do at Luke.
I like it. Total domination.
We'll be back. Stay with us here on the JV Sports Show. We'll be back. An old friend of ours, Coach Mike Nesbitt, will be checking in, as well as a little intro from a super fan.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Stay tuned to the JV Sports Show. We'll be right back here from Glendale outside State Farm Stadium. We'll be right back.
Claire Pence here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel
Hey, Ben.
Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years.
Ben.
I can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born out of town in Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix, Angel Dentistry, trusted partner of the JV Sports Show.
At Great American Title, your peace of mind is our highest priority. A real estate transaction can be a complicated and overwhelming process. Let us simplify it for you. With our comprehensive list of escrow and title services, we can facilitate any transaction. With branches across the valley and more on the way, Great American Title is big enough to know and small enough to care. Contact Tricia Shipley at 623-760-5866 or visit their website at azgat.com. Great American Title, proud partners of the JV Sports Show.
Long Realty is the go-to for all your real estate needs. Local buyer looking in the West Valley? Call our trusted partners at Long. Out-of-state friends looking for a home in the beautiful Valley of the Sun? Call Long. Selling? Call Long, and they'll make your home long gone. Call 623-584-5384 and mention the JV Sports Show to get a free market analysis. Long Realty, located in beautiful Surprise, Arizona on Grand Avenue. Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza hands down in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest corner of Gilbert Road and Warner in Gilbert. Open from 10:30 till 9 Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Closed Monday. GilbertPizzaAZ.com. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, proud partner of the JV Sports Show.
5, 3, 2, 1, you're live.
What a great riff right there, Vince.
Yes.
Somebody get me a doctor.
It's our 50th show. We're going to go all in Van Halen.
We're all
today.
Van Halen. That's
All
how we
Van
started
Halen.
this thing. That's
Yes,
exactly
sir.
right.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back to the JV Sports Show. We're live from Glendale, Arizona, just outside State Farm Stadium. James Poovey alongside my partner Vince Alicio, and we're joined still here by Mayor Jerry Wires from the city of Glendale.
Yes, and on our LaHoofa International Bowl segment, we have our super fan of the week, who's a familiar face, a familiar voice, my father-in-law, Stu Templer.
Time for the
Good morning,
JV Sports Show Super Fan of the Week.
Stu.
Hey, congratulations on 50 broadcasts. I think it's fantastic.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stu.
Well,
And
thank you for being
yes,
one of our biggest fans, Mr. Templer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're calling it from Surprise, Arizona, home of the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Royals. And the
He's got to
pickleball
get that in.
capital of America.
He's with the
Pickleball
Chamber of
capital of
Commerce
America. I like
out
that.
there. Holy smokes! So yes, and as you know, obviously I married your daughter. We have your grandchildren. You have 3 grandchildren, one of which is with us.
Thank
Matthew.
you.
Matthew is here this morning. So I am
Matthew.
working. So, but that being said, as our super fan of the week, you have a major obligation. You have to introduce our next guest.
Well, I introduced probably the best football coach in America, west of the Mississippi. Just was nominated for Coach of the Year, NAIA, and fantastic. Put Ottawa University football program on the map and in the country. And I'd like to introduce Mike Nesbitt, great guy, wonderful man, but he ought to comb his hair once in a while.
Oh, my goodness. Coach Nesbitt, are you still there?
Golly, Stu, what did my wife put you up to that one? They told the hair part, huh? Yeah, that sounds like you guys have been little collusion there.
That was not even rehearsed. I didn't even tell him what to say. Actually, no, I take that back. I did tell him to say the part about being the best-looking coach west of the Mississippi, but notice how he didn't throw that in this time.
Well, you didn't see Stu complaining when we were on that 9-game winning streak. His
Yeah.
hair was a little long and the whole deal. Everybody loved the long
Oh, my God. You talk about a fair-weather fan. He even left one game in the first quarter.
Hey,
Wow.
Well, you got to keep it close. You
Yeah.
got to keep it close.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, Coach Nesbitt. Stu, thanks so much for that. So,
right.
Coach, so you had a heck of a season. You lost one game in the regular season. You won the conference your second year out the gate. Playoff appearance. What's going on right now?
Well, for the last couple of weeks before we, took off on a little bit of Christmas break, we've really been hitting the road hard recruiting. Went out to California, saw all of our junior college guys that we're trying to target for mid-year, and got back in the state. Went back through all of our high schools, hit every high school again, and now we're on a little bit of downtime right now, just making a lot of phone calls and reaching out to coaches and players, and reintroducing ourselves again, and starting to hit our targets. Who we're really excited about and want to get on the board, and then we'll come back here in about another week on January 6th, and we'll start wearing out those high school coaches in Arizona again and get around all of our good friends out there in the state of Arizona and just bombard them and hopefully find a new group of Ottawa Spirit football players that want to come join what we're doing and keep building this thing from the ground up.
Coach, first of all, Merry Christmas to you and Camille. I hope you guys had a great
Merry
Christmas. And
We
let's
did.
talk a little bit about, you mentioned the recruiting trail. You guys were hitting that hard. You've been getting some players committing here over the last couple of weeks, some really good players. Can you talk about any of those really quick?
Well, really, what we've done, and until we see the final NLIs and stuff like that, some of it, we've got a lot of good commitments right now. We've picked up 3 or 4 really good defensive linemen. We had 2 good defensive linemen on campus the last couple of days. We've got some holes to fill in that position group. With losing Lemma and some of those really good interior guys, we've got to fill those holes up. It's going to be hard to replace. You go back-to-back years with, maybe 2 of the best defensive linemen in the country playing for you. You luck out and we're able to replace Kenneth Steele with Christian Still and have a great season, and then we turn around and have Lemma Collins and move him inside with a totally unselfish move, and he goes inside and plays interior for us and plays great, makes it to the Hula Bowl and the whole thing, and then now you look up and that first day back in the weight room, you're like, holy cow, no Maverick Bradford, no Lemma Collins, and all of a sudden, and then the biggest and probably the most important part that we're doing a really good job is Coach Peterson's doing a good job. Him and Houston Barnes are doing a really good job of getting out right now and finding secondary players.
Okay.
Our back end, we're really young in the back end right now, with losing Amari Burks and Christian Wu and, losing a team captain like Javon Hogan out there at corner and some things like that. I mean, we've got some back end issues in the secondary that we really got to do a good job of getting after. And so I think we found some guys with some length and some size up front, and especially in some of the Northern California junior colleges, Coach Mosley's done a great job of getting out and pounding that Northern California area and getting some guys over for a visit. And then Coach Sanchez has done a good job of finding some Southern California D-line guys for us. And so, we've had a good amount of those guys on campus with some secondary guys coming. And so hopefully, we found a couple big-time wide receivers that we can add to the pot in the last couple weeks. And so, hopefully we're going to get a little bit taller at the outside positions at X's and Z's. So, you don't want to count your chickens before they're hatched, and the players are never there until they get on campus. But I think we've done a good job so far of getting some good mid-year players on the board.
Well, you're definitely losing some key seniors here and there, but you've got your quarterback coming back, Austin McCullough. You got some receivers coming back. You're losing Christopher Ewins, your running back, but some others coming back. What's it going to take to put you guys back over the top next season? What do you think you need to do differently? You did a lot of things great this year, but what do you need to do a little differently besides pay us a little bit more to cover the team?
No, shoot, you must have been. I laughed because you must have been eavesdropping in the staff meeting. We spent one whole day as the staff sitting around the table going, all right, we made it to the postseason twice. Played two good schools from different conferences, the Rocky Mountain Athletic, the RMAC conference, and then going out and playing Olivet Nazarene. Okay, so these guys are guys that are winning it, and then
what are the two constants, Coach? That's right.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. We've got to get bigger. We got to get bigger. We got to get longer. And we've got to mature in the weight room. I think that's the people we're seeing are 4- and 5-year players that have grown up in a program and that are big. And we've got to get bigger. We've got to get bigger, and we've got to get stronger. And that's not a shot at our weightlifting program or what we're doing, but we've got to develop these guys and go recruit guys that can get bigger and longer, that can mature into those body types. And that falls on us coaches, is going to find the right people that can grow.
Well, Coach, you're finding the right people, and now you got the facilities to go with it now with the opening of the Odell Center there, a state-of-the-art weight room now open for business, not only to your football team but to the residents of Surprise. It's a great partnership there with the city, and you guys are just doing a great job out there, and the program is just flourishing.
No, it really is, and that's the neat thing is now we can get people from the city around our campus, around our team a little bit more, and around our student athletes and.
Yeah, but Coach, we're trying to broker a deal for you here. We got the mayor of Glendale, Jerry Wires, with us, and we're trying to broker something to get you guys to relocate here. And I'm hoping Surprise Mayor Skip Hall's not listening this morning. He probably isn't. I guarantee he's not listening. But so we're working with.
You might get run out of Surprise now.
It's not the first time, but we're working with the mayor here, and are you recruiting in Glendale? You doing a lot of recruiting out here?
We have. Northern Arizona actually got a commitment from a couple of our guys over there at Glendale High the other day that we've been hot on since last spring that we're a little disappointed about. Happy for them, but we were hoping that maybe those guys might fly under the radar a little bit. And so, we're not scared to cross over there. I didn't know you guys were blimp worthy either.
Yeah, there's a banner right behind us with our names on it on the Goodyear blimp. And, Mayor Wires is a pilot. He says he's going to fly you guys to your games next year if you relocate out here.
Wow.
We got it almost. The ink is ready to dry here, Coach.
Hey, Coach, this is Mayor Wires. That comment they made about combing your hair.
3 minutes.
You should just be glad you got here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's all gray. It's like really gray, and he's only 30 years old.
I can understand the gray hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
So
that is true.
Yes. So off season, you're reloading. You're getting a lot of guys. You're going to be hitting the weights hard. The workouts, the spring. When does spring ball start?
We'll actually, our guys will actually report on January 13th for a team meeting, and we'll be back at it on the 14th and have a run test on the 15th. And so hopefully all those players that are out there listening to the show this morning are getting up and doing a little bit of running.
There you go, listening to the show.
Our annual run test, and then we'll actually put on the pads there in March. And so we do a whole deal of the whole month of February. We do our what we call our urban maneuvers all over the city of Surprise, and actually head over to Glendale to the fire department and the fire training center over there and do some different things. And so then we'll start up in March and get back after it for about 30 days. 15 practices and 3 scrimmages, and we'll be getting after it pretty hard.
Now, Coach, between now and spring ball, are you guys working out pretty much daily? Is it in the mornings and in the evening? What exactly is the plan?
So now we're back in the afternoons. And
okay.
So now we're back to our afternoon schedule, just like normal. You know, our men's and women's soccer team, they take the field and some stuff in the mornings, and then we go to the weight room in the field in the afternoon. And so we're out there. We'll be lifting every day, 4 days, 5 days a week from 4 to 6 and running and getting out there on the turf.
Coach, the floor is yours. What message do you want to give to the community about the OUAZ spirit?
Well, I get out and support our school. Get out and support our university. Get out and support our student athletes. You know, we've got a really good women's basketball team and men's basketball team that are going to be entering that gym again here coming up after Christmas break. And just need to get out and support those kids. The kids enjoy playing and being part of the community there in Surprise. And love being there. And so,
1 minute.
As much support as we can, and we keep adopting the city and that community. If they can keep adopting us, we can keep building something good for the future.
Coach Mike Nesbitt, head coach of the OUAZ Spirit. Thanks, Coach, for joining us. We always enjoy talking with you, and we'll talk with you again very soon. Congratulations again on a very successful season, and it's nothing but onward and upward for this Spirit football team.
Yeah, congratulations to you guys too. 50 shows. Holy cow, that's a great way to start, and thanks for letting us be part of the beginning with you guys.
Well, we appreciate you, Coach, and we appreciate you letting us be a part of your program as well. Stay tuned here on the JV Sports Show. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. We'll have the Executive Director of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference, Stephen Weiss, will join us. We'll talk a little bit about that league, and then in our last segment of the day, we'll visit with head coach Jeff Bowen of the Arizona Christian University Firestorm. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the JV Sports Show.
Keith started Stessa Movement Company 2 years ago with their customers' clothing styles in mind. They designed for you. Their goal is to clothe the world. It's high-end clothing at affordable prices. Check out and follow this cool streetwear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at Stessa Co. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement Company. Stessa spelled S-T-E-S-A for style. Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, trusted partner of the JV Sports Show.
At Great American Title, your peace of mind is our highest priority. A real estate transaction can be a complicated and overwhelming process. Let us simplify it for you. With our comprehensive list of escrow and title services, we can facilitate any transaction. With branches across the valley and more on the way, Great American Title is big enough to know and small enough to care. Contact Tricia Shipley at 623-760-5866 or visit their website at azgat.com. Great American Title, proud partners of the JV Sports Show.
Long Realty is the go-to for all your real estate needs. Local buyer looking in the West Valley? Call our trusted partners at Long. Out-of-state friends looking for a home in the beautiful Valley of the Sun? Call Long. Selling? Call Long, and they'll make your home long gone. Call 623-584-5384 and mention the JV Sports Show to get a free market analysis. Long Realty, located in beautiful Surprise, Arizona on Grand Avenue. Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza hands down in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest corner of Gilbert Road and Warner in Gilbert. Open from 10:30 till 9 Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Closed Monday. GilbertPizzaAZ.com. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, proud partner of the JV Sports Show.
Welcome back to the JV Sports Show. Little Van Hagar, Dreams. That's
Eddie's in his keyboard phase.
That
there.
is Sammy's favorite Van Halen song. I've heard him say that in multiple interviews, so we're going to include it in our show.
Love that tune,
yes,
too.
Yes. Welcome back to the JV Sports Show, the Great American Title JUCO Report. On the line.
Here comes the JUCO Report.
Thank you, Mitch. On the line with us is Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference Executive Director and our first guest of the JV Sports Show podcast
That's
back
right.
in March.
He's back.
Yes, Stephen Weiss. Good morning, Steve.
Hey, good morning, guys. Bringing me in with the Red Rocker this morning.
That's it.
That's exactly
yes,
right.
You can appreciate fine music there, sir. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys doing? I see you're out there freezing. I saw some pictures of you this morning.
Yeah, we're freezing our tails off here.
It's a little
but
cold, but
we're
loving
sandwiched here. We've got the mayor of Glendale, Jerry Wires here. His beard is keeping me warm. So, no, this is fun. Having a good time. He wants to get out of here, but he's stuck in the middle.
Merry Christmas, Coach.
Yes.
How are you? How was your holiday?
Holiday was fantastic. How about you guys? Did you get some good family time in?
We did. Yes,
We always
we
do.
did, and we still are. It's fantastic.
Yes, wonderful. Hey, so Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference, when we interviewed you on the debut of our podcast back in March, you talked about this startup league that was replacing the loss of football at the junior college level here in the state of Arizona. This league, 5 teams, you got to go. And back then when we interviewed you, there were only 3 teams.
That's right.
Still coming together. Now you got 5. What is the state of the league today?
The league is in a great place. It's been a truly successful year. Not to say that it hasn't been without hiccups and without adversity, but we've been able to navigate through that, and the league is in a fantastic place. We have 5 teams with great student athletes on it that are working really hard, whether that be towards obtaining an associate's degree or towards obtaining transfer credits to move on to universities and pursue education. And it's been a whirlwind, and it's been a great thing to be a part of.
What are you guys doing as far as off-season? I know obviously it's holiday time right now, so you're probably on a little bit of a break, but when are you guys going to kick things up with the teams and get the off-season programs going?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 5 teams' individual off-season programs are all going to be tailored a little bit specific by each head coach, but roughly we expect each program to get started with their weight training program here over the next couple of weeks. That'll lead into spring ball, which is typically in the March time. Spring ball will lead into we're looking to host some spring games, give recruiters a chance to come out and get a great look at all of our players here in this time of year, and then lead that right into summer, and well, you guys know what comes in fall.
Now, can you give us a little snapshot? James and I were fortunate enough to broadcast a good number of your games. I think we had, James, 7, 8 games this
7
year
or 8, yeah,
for the league. We saw a lot of great plays, a lot of great players. What are some of those players doing in terms of schools? Can you tell us some of the kids that are on their way out onto bigger and better things? Where are they headed? Who are they?
His team obviously did win the conference, so he's been fantastic. Down in Tucson, Coach O'Meara, the number 3 winningest active coach in all of junior college. Not much more to say besides that. Previously with Eastern Arizona College and New Mexico Junior College, or New Mexico Military, has a fantastic pedigree. Not much else needs to be said to boost his resume. Coach Daniels with the Scorpions. Coach Daniels was at Phoenix College as a coach prior. Had a great career in the NFL as a player for the Cardinals. He's a local guy. He cares about getting it done. He knows how to do it the right way. We're just in a position where we're truly blessed with the staff that we have together, and we're really excited about being able to offer their experience and their abilities to our student athletes.
I think team number 6 needs to go out here in Glendale, out here in the West Valley. There's a lot of open land out here and a lot of opportunity, a lot of kids too.
A lot of space and a lot of facilities as well to accommodate. Hey, we should revive that Valley of the Sun Bowl and have some JUCO football.
We can have it right behind us here.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Weiss, Stephen Weiss, Executive Director of the Holcomb Junior College Athletic Conference.
30.
Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations for making it past season 1 here, and for what you're doing to get ready for season 2 and to create opportunities for young people. Continue to push the kids along. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you, and you guys too. I know that this has been a great first year for you guys. You've been extremely successful, and we've been very thankful to be a part of it along the way, and we're excited to see you guys continue to grow and love it.
Well, we appreciate you, Coach Weiss. Thanks again for joining us this morning on the JV Sports Show. We'll be right back here after the break.
Go JV.
And we'll visit with Coach Jeff Bowen of ACU.
Looking for the best
Where it started, Stessa Movement Company 2 years ago with their customers' clothing styles in mind. They designed for you. Their goal is to clothe the world. It's high-end clothing at affordable prices. Check out and follow this cool streetwear clothing company on Twitter at Stessa Movement and Instagram at Stessa Co. I wear Stessa gear in our broadcasts. It looks and feels great. Sponsoring the Stessa JV Sports Show Player of the Week Award and proud partners of the JV Sports Show. Stessa Movement Company. Stessa spelled S-T-E-S-A for style. Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. Angel Dentistry is where my wife and I have gone for the past 10 years and can't think of going anywhere else. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and practiced in the Valley nearly 20 years. Dr. Angel and her staff strive to provide excellent customer service from the moment you call the office to the time you leave with a smile. From general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008 and ask about the JV Sports Special, a free to-go whitened tray. With or without insurance, she will work with you. Off Cave Creek Road, north of the 101 in Phoenix, Angel Dentistry, trusted partner of the JV Sports Show.
At Great American Title, your peace of mind is our highest priority. A real estate transaction can be a complicated and overwhelming process. Let us simplify it for you. With our comprehensive list of escrow and title services, we can facilitate any transaction. With branches across the valley and more on the way, Great American Title is big enough to know and small enough to care. Contact Tricia Shipley at 623-760-5866 or visit their website at azgat.com. Great American Title, proud partners of the JV Sports Show.
Long Realty is the go-to for all your real estate needs. Local buyer looking in the West Valley? Call our trusted partners at Long. Out-of-state friends looking for a home in the beautiful Valley of the Sun? Call Long. Selling? Call Long, and they'll make your home long gone. Call 623-584-5384 and mention the JV Sports Show to get a free market analysis. Long Realty, located in beautiful Surprise, Arizona on Grand Avenue. Sal's is synonymous with the best New York-style pizza hands down in the East Valley. My favorites are the lasagna pizza and grandma pizza topped with meatballs and olives. With family dinner specials every day of the year and lunch specials till 3, you can't go wrong with anything that Sal and his friendly staff serves you. Sal's Gilbert Pizza, located on the southwest
Go live in 3, 2, 1, you're live.
From 10:30 till 9, Sunday through
Welcome
Thursday,
back
10
to the JV Sports Show. I love that song. Little David Louis Roth.
Good music never gets old,
It
Vince.
never does. Okay, so we are back with the Sal's Gilbert Pizza Report. And Mr. Wires, there's some special significance to this coin. I know we were giving you a hard time about the fact that our names are not on this coin, but which can be arranged later maybe. But there are some symbols on here. Talk to us a little bit about the symbols on this coin.
Well, again, it's a challenge coin, so it's got some things. It's not everything that's important to me or part of my life, but some things that are very important to me.
Okay.
One of them's a motorcycle. I'm a very avid motorcyclist. Have ridden across the United States, the Run for the Wall, supporting our veterans. Been to Canada, been back east, Florida.
What do you ride?
I have an Ultra Classic, and actually rode with the Shriners in a motorcycle unit.
All right.
Doing the
Is that
parades and
sucker
things.
loud?
Say it again.
Is that sucker loud?
It's pretty loud. Yeah.
1500. What do we got there?
That's why I'm half deaf.
Yeah.
between rock and roll guns and motorcycles,
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, it also has a bighorn sheep on it. I'm a very avid outdoorsman. Love to hunt and fish.
Okay.
It also has. I'm trying to remember.
What is this guy right
it
here?
also has a Shriners emblem on it.
Okay.
Work with Shriners, giving these kids an opportunity to.
Sure.
Get an opportunity to make them closer to whole than the way they were born.
Yeah.
It has a cross, self-explanatory.
Yeah.
An airplane. I'm a pilot, and then a Masonic emblem. I'm a Freemason. So
What do you fly?
I own a 182.
Okay.
Cessna 182 high wing. Flown multiple different aircraft. Probably the coolest aircraft ever was a Stearman that George Bush Sr. actually trained in World War II.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness. What was your most exhilarating moment up in the air, and maybe something that just scared the you-know-what out of you? I get a little turbulence, and I'm out. Yeah.
Well, I've actually never been scared. I guess it's like riding a motorcycle or an airplane. You get comfortable with what you're doing. When you become efficient and proficient at it, then you're in control, not the aircraft or the motorcycle. I have had some instances that probably weren't great. I lost all electricity in my airplane one time.
Oh boy.
Which is not a big deal because it's
Of course
magneto.
not.
You can still fly, but I lost my radio.
Okay.
And so I wasn't able to communicate with the tower. So you go back to your training and fly towards the tower and rock your wings and get their attention so they can give you a light gun signal to land. So that was interesting. I lost my brakes one time when I was taxiing.
Oh.
The problem with that is when you push on your brakes both at the same time. If one brake goes, the other, then you just turn. So not a good thing.
Oh no, that's definitely
So no
not a
brakes
good
is
thing.
actually better in that scenario.
But no, it's nothing major. But you spend a lot of time trying to make sure your aircraft is as good as it can be, and we put money into aircraft that we don't put into our own bodies. We don't
Sure.
make sure the aircraft's perfect, and if you got a cold, you just go on about it. So
Yeah. You fly into some bad weather?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. And I made myself a promise over 3 decades ago that I would never, ever put myself in a position that I had to fly somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what kills people.
The furthest that you've flown, like let's say from here to where?
Well, I've been to Texas multiple times.
Okay.
There's an old saying that a mile of road will take you 1 mile, a mile of runway will take you anywhere in the world.
I like
Okay.
that.
Okay. So on one tank of gas, you've flown to Texas?
No.
Okay.
West Texas for barbecue, or where was it? I got to know.
No, I actually my wife's from Texas, and so we used to own a chain of restaurants there years ago, and went back to see her family. But no, one tank of fuel, typically, depending on tailwinds or headwinds, can be 3 hours or 5 hours, depending on how strong your winds are and altitude and all those other contributing factors.
Joining us on the line is a familiar name to you, Mr. Wires, because you helped with regard to bringing Arizona Christian out here. Arizona Christian University head football coach Jeff Bowen. Coach Bowen.
How are you guys?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Good morning, Coach. Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, guys.
How's the off season been for you?
Busy as usual, but trying to get some family time in and some time with our church family and recruiting as usual.
Now, joined by the mayor of Glendale here, Jerry Wires. Mr. Wires, you were pretty active in helping to get Arizona Christian out here. How familiar are you with the school, with their programs?
I'm pretty familiar. Len Munzel and I go back years. I've known him for an awful long time, but what a blessing for my city to have what used to be a World War II training facility where they actually taught our foreign pilots to fly for World War II, that then became a school that was supposed to be an international school.
Yeah.
When they moved to Phoenix, we basically were sitting with a very large acreage and not a lot of hopes for something to happen. And I got talking with Len one day, and he told me that he was looking at that location, trying to make that happen. So in a small way, I was able to work with them, work with ASU, and we were blessed. We now have a Christian university in Glendale, Arizona that I believe are close to 1,000 students with hopes and ambitions, I believe, pushing close to 5,000 in the future. So couldn't be more excited. What a great opportunity for my city and for just a wonderful school. I think, in my opinion, I think they're the best, but there might be some other ones that don't agree with me. But I certainly like them.
They're a great school,
and I like what they represent.
Coach Bowen, how's the new facilities out there? How's the land? How's everything treating you?
Oh, it's phenomenal. The city of Glendale has been awesome. The campus is beautiful, and with the changes that are coming on the campus with the added athletic facilities, it's just a neat time to be involved with the ACU and watching it grow.
Now, Coach, now that the students, and in particular the student athletes, have had a full semester on campus, what is their reaction now to the new facilities?
Oh, it's such a different vibe now for our faculty and our students. We have so much that we never had before. And for our new students, they don't really know the difference other than hearing about the history and stuff. But I think the ones that have really come to appreciate it are the ones that were on the previous campus, and now they're here, and they're just really enjoy
some of the old timers.
Changes.
Coach,
Yeah, exactly.
and the new facilities that they're building, how's that going? The breaking ground. Obviously you're you're going to have a new football stadium there eventually, but how's all that?
Actually, right before we left for break, they had the construction equipment in there and cleared out the next section of where they're going to be putting fields. The architects were on campus before Christmas for the first go-around, and now in the beginning of January they'll meet with the athletic department again to, here's our first look. Now, here's the second look. What are we going to add? What are we going to change? Kind of stuff. So there's going to be a lot of things going on here in the spring. It's going to be pretty busy on campus, and we're excited about where we're headed.
Now, when are you guys looking to kick off spring ball, and what are you guys doing up until that point? I assume you're going to be hitting the weight room and keeping your guys in shape.
Yeah, when we come back from break on January 8th, we'll have our first team meeting on the 9th, and we'll start working out the following Monday, and we'll go several weeks. And spring ball will start. Mainly in March, and we'll take a spring break, in there, and then we'll finish up with the spring game and our junior day and stuff like that, and then we'll hit them again with another heavy cycle in the weight room before they take finals and head off for the
3 minutes
for the summer. But we have a really busy schedule planned. We'll be doing some outreaches and stuff like that with our team, and so we've got a few new guys coming in to acclimate into the system, so we're excited about the spring semester and what we're going to do.
Coach Bowen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. Congratulations. You obviously you didn't have the season that you wanted to have, but you finished 6-4. You got a lot of momentum going into the offseason. You got new facilities. You got a lot of great things coming up. We look forward to talking to you again down the road, and hope you have a happy New Year.
Well, thanks, guys, and I appreciate what you guys do for the Valley and athletics and stuff like that, and wish you guys nothing but success.
Happy New Year, Coach. Thanks again for joining us. That was Coach Jeff Bowen from the Arizona Christian University Firestorm football team. Vince, it's been a great show this morning.
Oh, my goodness. It has. It's flown by. See, we told you, Mr. Mayor, it was going to fly by. And now you've got other events that are not quite as important as this one today, this morning. But you're all over town. You got, a game that'll be kicked off tonight, which, again, takes second fiddle to this show this morning. But wish you, nothing but congratulations on all you're doing here in Glendale. Thank you so much for allowing us in the door.
Well, I appreciate being here. Maybe you just need to do this a little bit later in the day.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, we need to work that out, James.
Yeah, we'll work on that airtime a little bit later.
Yes.
Exactly.
We're actually sitting outside. It's cold, and I just happened to notice as I'm looking north, snow on the mountain.
Snow cap. What mountain range is that? I was going to ask you.
It's a cold one. I know that.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
It's like Alaska over there, just past the Renaissance Hotel.
Kirsten Morgan,
like
thank you so much for working with us this week and giving us access. We appreciate it. James, I got a basketball tournament that I'm working the rest of the weekend out at Mesa Community College, the Fiesta Bowl shootout. 8 teams, 8 exciting teams. The host team, Mesa Community College Thunderbirds, out there doing a great job, and that'll be a lot of fun. What do you got going the rest of the day? You're spending with the family,
a little
right?
more family time today. Yeah, I'll be watching this game out here tonight. Be watching the Peach Bowl. I think that kicks off at 2 o'clock. That's LSU in Oklahoma. So just more great football events. It's that time of year. I love it.
Big thank you to Carefree Mayor Les Peterson kicking off the show this morning. Glendale Mayor, obviously, Jerry Wires here with us. My father-in-law, super fan of the week, Stu Templer, checking up on me as usual. Who else have we had this morning?
Outstanding. Coach Mike Nesbitt of the OUAC Spirit. Always good to catch up with him. We'll catch up with them, obviously, again, after the first of the year and then going into spring football.
Stephen Weiss.
Stephen Weiss, the executive director of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference, joined us this morning as well.
Jeff Bowen.
Again, Mayor Wires, thanks so much for coming out here with us on this cold morning, and we really appreciate you having us.
Ken.
We'll see you next week, guys. That's the JV Sports Show. That's
Happy
a wrap.
New Year,
Thanks
everybody.
Again, Mr. Wires.
Take
Kirsten,
care.
thank you again.
And Greg Jones, thank you, sir.
Yes, and my son Matthew. That's it. That's it.
Boom.
Just got it wrong. We're done.